It started with the thumping again. I thought it was the pipes at first, the way old radiators rattle at night when the air shifts. But then I heard the giggling, soft and scratchy, like someone imitating a child. I went upstairs and found Lena in the pink room again. She was facing the wall, arms rigid at her sides, standing on her tiptoes like she was trying to reach something I couldn't see. "Lena," I said gently. She didn't move. I hate it when she does that, still as a statue, like she forgets what her body is for. I crossed the room and placed a hand on her shoulder. She spun so fast I nearly fell backward. Her eyes were huge, unblinking. "You're not supposed to be in here," she said. "That's the problem. The room was hers, used to be anyway. We painted it pink when I was still hopeful and Bill still smiled. Now it's like the walls are soaked in something I can't wash out. I told you before," I said, trying to stay calm. "You need to sleep in your own bed." "This is my bed," she said. "They let me come back." She calls them they now. When I ask who she means, she just frowns and says I wouldn't understand. I carried her out of the room. She screamed, kicking at my shins. I winced but didn't let go. She bit my shoulder and I dropped her. She scuttled down the hall like a crab, slammed her bedroom door. When I checked on her later, she was asleep in the corner, knees drawn up to her chest, face buried in her arms. I put the blanket over her and whispered, "I love you," even though I wasn't sure she could hear it anymore. The next morning, she dyed her hair blue. Not just blue, electric, chemical blue. The kind that bleeds onto your pillow and makes strangers stare. I didn't even ask where she got the dye. We haven't had money for weeks. She came to breakfast barefoot and silent. Her lips were chapped. She wouldn't touch the toast I made. "It's Thursday," I said. She didn't respond. "You have school." She laughed. "You still think I go there?" When I tried to ask what she meant, she just hummed. A weird, low sound like she was remembering something terrible or funny. Maybe both. Later that week, I found her in the basement. She'd dragged one of the dolls down there. It was Lucy, the oldest one, the one with glass eyes and real human hair. She was slicing at Lucy's belly with kitchen scissors, humming that same tune. "Stop that," I snapped. She didn't even flinch. I had to see what was inside. "Inside what?" "Her," she said, smiling. "They said something was hidden." I took the scissors. She didn't resist. But as I turned to leave, she whispered, "Check under his bed." I checked eventually. Bill hadn't left the bedroom in over a month. Just lay there, thin and pale, watching the ceiling like it had answers. I brought him soup, but he never ate it. Brought him letters from the power company, but he never opened them. Just blinked, barely, when I said his name. I bent down and looked under the bed. Nothing. Just dust, an old slipper, and a smell I didn't recognize. Sweet and sour, like meat gone bad in the sun. That night I dreamed Lena was standing over me. She wore her pink pajamas, the ones from when she was 5. Her hair was still blue. She held something behind her back. "Do you still love me?" she asked. "Of course," I said. She stepped forward and whispered, "Then why'd you leave me in the wall?" I jolted awake, drenched in sweat. My pillow was damp and smelled faintly like copper. The next day, the neighbor came by, Mrs. Elton with her church hair and her lemon cakes. She brought a casserole and a forced smile. "We've been hearing things," she said carefully. "Screaming. At night." I lied. "Just the TV." She looked at me with eyes full of pity. "Maybe it's time to get help." I nodded like I agreed, but inside I was screaming too. That evening, Lena went missing again. I searched the house, every room, even the attic. Nothing. Finally, I went to the pink room. The door was locked from the inside. I pounded on it. "Lena, open the door right now." Silence, then the giggling again. That same warped, scratchy laughter. I kicked the door in. The room was empty, except it wasn't. Every doll from my collection was seated in a perfect circle on the floor. Lena's clothes lay in a pile in the center. Her blue hair was scattered like grass clippings. I screamed, and then, somewhere deep in the walls, I heard her voice. "I'm not gone, Mommy. I'm just with them now." The police came, searched the house, found nothing. "She's a teenager," the officer said. "They run away all the time." "But she was inside," I told them. "She was here, just yesterday." They gave me a number to call, a therapist, a support group. I threw it away. I went back to the pink room that night. Every doll was looking at me. I hadn't posed them that way, I know I didn't. I picked one up. Her eyes fluttered. I dropped her, stepped back, my heart pounding. "They're just dolls," I told myself. But when I closed the door, I heard whispering, one word, over and over. "Mommy." I started sleeping on the couch. Couldn't bear the bedroom anymore. Couldn't bear the smell. Bill still hadn't moved. I didn't check his pulse. I didn't want to know. Instead, I cooked meals I didn't eat, cleaned rooms I never entered, pretended everything was normal. A week later, I woke up to see her standing in the doorway. Lena. Hair jet black now. Eyes strange, wide and empty. "I made them better," she said. "You don't have to worry anymore." She turned and walked back upstairs. I followed. She went to the pink room. When I got there, the door was ajar. Inside, Lena was gone again, but there was a new doll sitting in the circle, pale skin, black hair, blue eyes, and it was smiling. I screamed until my throat gave out. I tried to burn the dolls. They wouldn't catch. Tried to smash them, but their bodies were soft as flesh and hard as stone. I don't sleep anymore. Sometimes I hear her laughing behind the walls. Sometimes I see her face in the mirrors. Bill stopped breathing 3 nights ago. I think he was already gone long before that. I didn't call anyone. I just laid him next to the others in the basement. The smell is worse now. This morning I woke up with one of the dolls beside me. It was holding my hand. Her name was stitched into her dress. Lena. I don't know what's real anymore. Maybe I never did. Maybe the pink room isn't a room at all. Maybe it's a doorway. And maybe she was right. Maybe I did leave her in the wall.